Hello there, amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a brand new super duper amazing Doctor Who ranking video. For today, for this ranking video, I'm going to be ranking all of the stories from each of the Doctor's very first appearance. So, like for William Hartnell, we have The Unearthly Child, and of course for Ncuti Gatwa, we have The Church on Ruby Road. So I'm going to be going by mainly like first stories or post-regeneration stories. There are two Doctors that will not be mentioned in this list, which is basically the Fugitive Doctor, as she hasn't got a main story type story for her Doctor. We just got the Fugitive of the Do Bear, and of course she had a few cameo appearances in series 13 and The Power of the Doctor. And for the War Doctor, we don't really have a regeneration story for him apart from Night of the Doctor. We don't have like a story where he's literally fighting the Time War apart from Big Finish, but the only one I've listened to is basically where he's been fighting the war for so many years. So I'm literally just going to be focusing from William Hartnell to Ncuti Gatwa. So we have got 15, so let's get into it. So, in 15th place, I've had to put The Christmas Invasion from Christmas Day 2005. This is definitely a worst debut story for a new Doctor, and why is this one of the worst ones for me? It's because the Doctor does nothing but he literally spends so much time in bed. He's just regenerated from his 9th incarnation after absorbing the Time Vortex, and that would really knock somebody wacky, but there is no point for a Doctor. If you're going to have a new Doctor, you do not have him in a bed for a lot of the episode. You've literally got that fantastic bit with the TARDIS crash landing on the Powerless Day, and he literally walking at the TARDIS and going, Jackie, Mickey, blimey, no, hold on. There's something I was going to say. What was it? Oh, I know. Merry Christmas, and collapse on the floor. There is no need for him to be in bed for the lot of the episode. The cigarettes are a really good design. The cigarettes are the best thing about this episode. I really love the cigarettes. Cigarettes strong, cigarettes mighty, cigarettes rock. I really love the cigarettes. They are just a fantastic design. But the thing that really bugs me about this one is that the Doctor spends so much time in bed, and he literally wakes up once with a, to basically blow up a Christmas tree piloted by the pilot fish, aka the robot Santas, and then he literally goes back to sleep. And then, of course, he just gets woken up by a good cup of tea, and that's when the Doctor comes back into it. The last couple of minutes with the Doctor basically having that sword fight with the cigarettes leader, and of course with mainly the cigarette ship blowing up and the Doctor basically ruining Harriet Jones, is the only good thing about the episode. I don't like the bit with the whole lovey-dovey stuff between him and Rose at the end, but I love the bit where he goes, oh, trouble's just in between. It's all waiting out there, Jackie. All those creatures and horizons. I haven't seen them yet. Well, not with these eyes, and it's going to be fantastic. That is a good line, but I just don't like the stuff hinted between him and Rose at this point, and I really don't care for Rose's crying, like where she's there crying, he's gone, he's left me, mum, he's left me, you know, I don't care for any of that. I just flipping don't, which is literally why it's the worst post-story regeneration story and the worst first story for a Doctor. And of course it's from the 10th Doctor, and I'm sorry to say that this is basically one of the reasons why I don't really enjoy the 10th Doctor era. Series 2 is just, it's something. I'm just going to say it. Series 2 is just something. And I've said it in my status. I really don't like Series 2. So I'm going to get off the topic. In 14th place, we have The Twin Dilemma. The worst post-regeneration story for a Doctor in the classic era. And what can I say about it? Well, I like the fact the Doctor is basically regenerated because of the spectrotoxemia. And the fact he literally, the 5th Doctor, tried to regenerate. He was literally trying to force the regeneration not to infect him. But he tried to stop the regeneration, but it does happen, and the 6th Doctor gets basically very wacky by basically strangling Peri. And of course, with the most senior outbursts that we see in the episode. I just don't really enjoy The Twin Dilemma. There's some good points I really do enjoy with Colin Baker's acting. It's not Colin's fault, it's the way he was actually written, the 6th Doctor. But I just don't like some of the stuff the 6th Doctor does himself. And Colin Baker actually does prove to be a good Doctor. He proves that in season 22, and of course in Big Finish and season 23. I absolutely like the 6th Doctor. Not many people do, and I have seen people rank him so bottom of the list, and I'm like, that's a little bit harsh to put the 6th Doctor right in the last bottom. But I actually do like the 6th Doctor. He's very loud, he's abrasive, he's abrasive. I absolutely love the Sixth Doctor, absolutely brilliant, but the Twin Dilemma is the worst debut story for a Doctor. In 13th place, we have Time and Arani for the 7th Doctor. Now, Time and Arani, yeah, it's not great. Don't hear me out on this one. I do like Time and Arani. It is better than the Twin Dilemma, but Time and Arani did suffer with a lot of backlash because basically it was supposed to be a Colin Baker story. Colin Baker was supposed to regenerate at the end of the story, but the fact he says, can I come back for one last season and regenerate at the end of the season? And they just kind of said no and just basically wanted Colin Baker just to come back, film the regeneration and go off to Sylvester McCoy. And of course, Colin Baker declined. So it was basically just Sylvester McCoy in a wig. But Time and Arani was actually written for Colin Baker, which is why it's very, very campish, for like a little bit of season 23 kind of campish in some scenes. I like Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor because I absolutely like Sylvester McCoy. There's nothing wrong about this, his acting. Sylvester McCoy, the music is actually quite good, but I just don't get the backlash, and I still think it's quite enjoyable, and I still really like it. I really do. In 12th place, we have The Woman Who Fell to Earth, aka the debut for Jodie Whittaker. Now, this is basically the second modern story you're going to see a bit lower in this list. The Woman Who Fell to Earth was brilliant. I actually did quite enjoy Jodie Whittaker's debut back in 2018. This is the story from basically after she fell through the train, where she fell off the sky and the TARDIS exploding. And the thing is, though, this episode had so much potential. I really like Tim Shaw in this episode. I really love basically the fact how she accidentally teleports her, Yaz, Graham and Ryan basically in the middle of deep space while trying to track the TARDIS Artron energy. But the episode is actually quite good. But the reason I had to put it a bit lower is because of what happens after Jodie Whittaker's debut story. Because, one, this is a Doctor that is very resourceful. She builds her own sonic screwdriver out of basically Sheffield steel, making a Swiss Army Sonic or Swiss Sonic or whatever it's called. You know, I really like the fact we see Grace's death. It's a good way. I really like it when we see people die in Doctor Who. I really love it when people just die because the Doctor not saving them. And I really have to say that. But I really love them. I do enjoy The Woman Who Fell to Earth. It's so much better than The Christmas Invasion. This is what I feel like The Christmas Invasion should have been. I really think it should have been that. I really honestly do think this is what The Christmas Invasion should have been like. But it actually is quite good. So yeah, I do have to put it a bit higher than The Christmas Invasion. So yeah, in 12th place, we have The Woman Who Fell to Earth. In 11th place, we have the very, very first ever Doctor Who story, aka The Unearthly Child. Now, basically, I would have just gone by the very first pilot episode with basically Susan, Ian and Barbara in the school. Then, of course, we get the introduction to the Doctor. But I have to go by the other episodes, the Cavemen episodes, or the Cave of Fire, or whatever, the Fire Skulls, or whatever it was called. I just don't like this episode. This is literally not a great episode, but the reason it is a bit higher is because of the pilot episode. Because the pilot episode really sets off the whole mysterious character of the Doctor, played by William Hartnell. I love the fact he's there arguing with Ian and Barbara, trying to tell him, goes, we're not from this space. We're not from this Earth. We're from the fourth dimension of space and time. I like some scenes in the Caveman episode with the Doctor basically about to bash a caveman's head in with a rock until Ian stopped him, because it does have that darker element of the Doctor, which I really do like. And it's absolutely superb and brilliant, and I absolutely love it. I honestly do flat out love it for that. It's just the Caveman episodes do get a little bit boring, but I do love the pilot. The pilot, there's nothing wrong with it. The pilot episode is, it depends how you look at it, because this does have two pilots. You've got the original pilot, and then you've got the pilot that was basically refilmed and reshot. But I absolutely love it. I honestly do love both versions, and of course, I love the whole debut of the Doctor Who theme. I absolutely love it. I really do love it. In 10th place, we have the Star Beast, aka for the 14th Doctor. So we basically saw the 14th Doctor after the regeneration from the 13th Doctor, where he's literally standing on the rooftop and going, what? 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 Like that. I absolutely do like the 14th Doctor. So the Star Beast, it's a very, very mixed bag. It is a little bit of a mixed bag, but I do love Beep the Meep. I love the Wrath Warriors. I love the fact we have Unit in this one. I love that bit with the Doctor and Donna, basically, where the Doctor comes across Donna and he goes, Frankie goes, nope, and he puts the boxes back on top of her box, and she goes, oi. And of course, I do like the fact when they're looking and they see the spaceship crash land, and of course, Donna's just there, literally doing her own Donna sort of thing. The 14th Doctor is really brilliant because I really love that bit where he's talking to Shelley at basically where the ship has crashed, like parked. I really love when he goes, first I was worried about it. Then I was a Scotsman, and then I was a woman. And you're not supposed to know that. That's in your future. I regenerated, and you got your old face back. Yes, I don't know why. I don't know why I got this face back. I really love the whole mystery why the Doctor's got a previous face back. I really like that kind of mystery. The thing about Starbeast, I don't like the whole basically non-binary sort of thing. And it's a shame you're not a woman anymore because she wouldn't understand. You just have to let it go. And the whole meta crisis just leaves Donna's and the daughter's Rose's body. I don't care for that bit, but I do love the Starbeast. The Starbeast is great. I really like it because one, it shows how much more the sonic screwdriver can do when it creates those force fields like that. And then, of course, when it goes like that, I really love the fact how the 14th Doctor creates those force fields. I really love the 14th Doctor's outfit, and David Tennant is brilliant as the 14th Doctor. So, for a David Tennant debut story, it's brilliant. I honestly love it. It's so much better than the Christmas Invasion. And as for me saying something, I absolutely do enjoy the 14th Doctor more than the 10th Doctor, which is why you've seen this a bit more higher up. Next in the list, in 9th place, we have Deep Breath. Now, Deep Breath is honestly it was my second favourite episode for a post-regeneration story for modern Doctor Who, but unfortunately it's now moved into 3rd place, and I will do a bit more of explaining about that. So Deep Breath, I absolutely love it. Peter Capaldi nails it out the park for me. I really love Peter Capaldi. Peter Capaldi is honestly my favourite modern Doctor. I absolutely love him. He's my 4th favourite Doctor and my favourite modern Doctor. Deep Breath. I love it. Now, this is what I mean. Yes, okay, the 12th Doctor does spend a little bit of time in bed, but he gets out of bed. He's trying to work out the puzzles. He goes and apologizes to a dinosaur. He literally sees the dinosaur burst into flames. He's there trying to work out what's going on. And, of course, he does call Clara needy. I really find that a little bit funny, where he literally throws that insult at Clara. I really love it. And I love that bit where he gets basically Clara to chuck the screwdriver and it hits him in the nuts, and he goes, "Sometimes I miss Amy." What? Nothing. You should really make that thing voice activated, shouldn't you? Oh my god, it is voice activated. I absolutely love the 12th Doctor in this episode. I really like that kind of dark moment. Did he push the half-faced man out of the spaceship? Did he not push him? We just still do not know to this day. I absolutely quite enjoyed it, and it's a great introduction story to a new Doctor. I love the fact this is the last time we see the Penasta gang. I would love to see them more with the 12th Doctor a lot more. But I absolutely love it, and I do love it. It is just a great episode. I honestly love it. In 8th place, we have the 8th Doctor's debut story, the TV movie. Well, it's actually a regeneration and a post-regeneration story, because it's two combined. Because we've got the regeneration from the 7th Doctor, but we've got the post-regeneration stuff with the 8th Doctor. Now, having the 8th Doctor have regeneration amnesia because of him dying on the operation theatre in his 7th incarnation is actually cracking. I love the fact he does get his memories back, and when he's there talking to Grace, I know who I am. I am the Doctor. I love the fact that Eric Roberts is playing the Master in this one. Now, Eric Roberts is still my least favourite incarnation of the Master, but I actually am loving him through Big Finish. I've listened to one of his box sets with the 8th Doctor in Revelous 4. I really love it. I really love him. He's brilliant as the Master in Big Finish. I wish we had the Big Finish Master from Eric Roberts in this movie. Yeah, okay, I don't really care for the Chinese person, Lee. The Chinese person Lee, I just don't care for him. I find him a little bit boring. He's a bit of a wooden plank of a character, but he does have some good moments where he's there telling the Master, "No, you lied to me." I really like the fact how the 8th Doctor, Paul McGann, is in this role, and I love it. I really love the 8th Doctor. He's so brilliant in this role. The TV movie, yeah, it's very, very American. I gotta say, it's very, very American, but a little bit British because of Paul McGann. I absolutely love it. I do love it, and I have to say that. In 7th place, we have another great episode. It is Castrovalva. In 7th place. In 7th place, we have Castrovalva. My God, I love Castrovalva. This is a great post-regeneration story. In part 1, it builds up, and then it builds up and builds up in part 2 and 3. And then at part 4, it feels much like the Doctor. I love the fact the Doctor's just regenerated. I love the fact how Tegan, Nis and Adric are trying to help him get to the TARDIS and try and find the Zero Room. Adric does go and get kidnapped by the Master at this point. I love the fact how the Doctor's having that post-regeneration moment where basically he's trying to work out who he is. I really love William. I really love his impressionists of William Hartnell and Patrick Troughton. Jamie, Zoe, you go back there, Doctor. Do you not understand? When I say run, run. Do you not understand? The regeneration's failing. Adric, not that one. Adric. I remembered his name. I absolutely love where he's there, literally in the remains of the Fourth Doctor's outfit, and he goes, Adric, and he goes, that's the trouble with regeneration. You quite never know what you're going to end up with. I absolutely love Castrovalva. It's literally a great story. I really love the fact we have the Master being Portreeve. He's there literally pretending to be this old man so he can try and gain the Doctor's trust. And basically we do get the reveal that he is the Master at the end of it. But I absolutely love it. I really do love it. It's a great story. And of course, I love the fact how the Doctor asks, who parked the TARDIS like that? Tegan. I did. Not very good parking, love. Not very good parking of my TARDIS. I really think the Doctor would disapprove of that landing. I really do, and I absolutely love it. I do love it, honestly. In sixth place, we have Rose, the very first, basically, pilot episode to the modern era of the show. And it is flipping brilliant. I love the whole build-up with Rose as a character. I love the fact that we have the introduction of the Doctor. It's so much like The Unearthly Child. Because in the Unearthly Child, we literally have the stuff with Susan, Ian and Barbara before we get introduced to the Doctor, where in this one we just follow Rose a little bit, follow live with Jackie, and then she goes to work, and then of course the Autons come to life, the plastic window shop dummies, and the Ninth Doctor comes out, grabs her hand and goes, run, and they're literally running down a corridor. And then of course, I really love that. I really love the whole chemistry between the Ninth Doctor and Rose. It's something I wish the 10th Doctor and Rose had. It's just that bounce back and forth energy, because I really like it. Where she goes, you pulled his arm off. Yep, plastic. Is that fair? Is that thing? Is that students or what? Why would it be students? You said it. Why students? They're not students. Who's Wilson? Wilson's dead. I really love the fact he goes, I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name? Rose. Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life. I really love the bit in the literally in the restaurant where he goes, look, do you want this champagne after the plastic Auton Mickeys? They're trying to question Rose about what she knows about the Doctor, and he goes, look, does anyone want this champagne? Ah, gotcha. Don't worry me, I'm just here to toast a happy couple. On the house! And he goes, now you wait. I really love the fact how the hands turn into choppers after the Doctor just pulls his head off. Don't think that's gonna stop me. I really love it. I really love it. I love the fact where literally, thanks to Rose, he sees the big metal dish, the wheel. And I love the fact how they go down, and of course you got the nesting consciousness in the big lava plat. Absolutely brilliant first debut story for a modern Doctor. I absolutely love it. Honestly, I just flat out love it. I really like the Doctor and Rose's chemistry, bouncing back and forth. I don't know what it is, but I think with Nine and Rose, it's just so good. I really like that chemistry together. And then, of course, when you've got 10 and Rose, it just feels so much stuff's being forced into that kind of lovey-dovey romantic stuff, and where in basically between Nine and Rose, it's just like two friends bouncing back and forth, having chemistry, a bit like the 15th Doctor and Ruby Sunday, or the 12th Doctor with Bill, or the 11th Doctor with Clara, or the 11th Doctor with Amy, or basically 10 with Donna. I absolutely do love Chris Eccleston and Rose, the 9th Doctor and Rose, because they're just brilliant together. Just pure brilliant. And I wish we had more. I really do wish we had more from these two incarnations before the Doctor regenerated into his 10th incarnation. I wish we had more from the 9th Doctor and Rose, because I really love the whole chemistry between the two of them, bouncing back and forth in the first episode. It's just so great. It honestly is. Now we're into the top 5 episodes of Doctor's first stories. So in 5th place we have The Church on Ruby Road. I had to put this one right above Rose. I don't know why, but I had to do it because I absolutely love this episode. I don't know if it's the fact I've watched it 65 times since Christmas Day. I absolutely love it. I really do love it. I love the fact we follow Ruby a little bit in following her life with all these coincidences and the goblins trying to go around causing trouble for her. I really like the fact the Doctor is there investigating where he sees her in the nightclub, and then of course where she's there singing, he's wearing the orange outfit but with the hat as well. I really love the fact how Ruby's life just really goes on and on and on, and then all of a sudden, the baby they're looking after gets kidnapped. Proper gets kidnapped, and she's there climbing up the ladder to get it, and then the doctor goes, "What the hell are you doing?" Who sees the ladder and says, "Oh, what the hell, I'm just going to climb up the ladder." I really love it. I really love Ncuti's performance in this episode. It's absolutely brilliant, and it is a great debut for a new Doctor. I love the bits on the spaceship where they're there talking, and of course, after getting captured by the goblins, and he literally goes, "Oh, I met Houdini. I need to try and of course he listens to clips after talking about Houdini, and she still doesn't click he's a time traveler." I love the fact she goes, "Time traveling goblins." He goes, "Excuse me, I am a time traveler. They I like how he's so insulted about the time traveling goblins. I really love Ncuti's performance in that bit. I absolutely love it. I really do love it. It's a great debut story. And of course, I love the moments where Ncuti where he's there singing, "Oh, the Goblin King, yes, the Goblin King. It's good to meet you, you great big thing. I can see that you're having a fun day. Meet my friend, she's Ruby Sunday." And they let Ruby sing, and he's literally there watching the rope is loosened fly out, and he goes, "Wee," and he escapes. Again, I think the action pack thing is where he's literally wearing the gauntlets and he's there literally jumping off the building, and it literally makes the goblin ship fall down off the church. A little bit stupid, but it's still a good moment. So yeah, I had to put this in 5th place because I absolutely love it. I really do love it. In 4th place, we are now jumping back into classic Who territory with a fantastic story written by David Whitaker. It is The Power of the Daleks. Patrick Troughton's debut story as the Second Doctor, and my bloody god, it is brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I love the fact that TARDIS lands on the planet Vulcan. I love the fact that this is literally after the main regeneration, and of course the Second Doctor's there trying to go, "Concentrate on one thing," and he's there and he gets the mirror. And Ben shows him, and you see a bit of Hartnell's face, and it reflects back into Troughton, and he goes, Yes, put it down, put it down, put it down." I love the fact how he's there playing the recorder. He's wearing the hat on the planet Vulcan. I love the fact he comes across the Earth Examiner's dead body. He takes the badge, become the Earth Examiner, try and find out what's going on with the colony, find out a bunch of Daleks, and then, of course, thanks to the idiot of Lesserton, and those Daleks are rebuilding themselves and create a whole new army at the end. Exterminate, annihilate, destroy. Daleks have got to conquer. Daleks have got to conquer. Daleks have got to conquer. I love that cliffhanger where Lester's just looking horrified, and the Daleks are literally just there building themselves. You've got the Dalek mutant scooper putting the Dalek mutant into the Dalek casing, moving it into the factory, putting the sucker and the guns onto it. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, I love the fact how the Second Doctor uses static electricity against him like he did on Skaro in his first incarnation. Really proves how much of the Doctor he is, and something that's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, absolutely flipping brilliant. In 3rd place, we have my favourite Doctor's debut story. We have Robot. Now, Robot feels so much like a Jon Pertwee story with the whole unit investigating, with the big K1 robot, with Think Tank. But I absolutely love Tom Baker. I absolutely love Tom Baker because from the word get-go, he is the Doctor. I love the fact where he's there in the middle goes, "As for the visibility, I'm not sure about the ears. What about you? I don't know." "Oh, of course you don't know. You're a busy man. I've got things to do, places to go. I'm very busy myself. Goodbye." And then, of course, you go, "How can I make my point?" Smashes a plank like a rock in half, a brick in half. He goes like that, and he goes, "Heart's beat. Oh, say I didn't say that. Both running a bit fast, are they? Oh, well, I've got to take my time. A new body's like a new house." I love the fact that he's there putting on different outfits, and then he comes out wearing his and goes, "Now, how about this?" Absolutely flipping brilliant. Honestly, just brilliant. I absolutely love it. I really love Robot. It's fantastic. I love the bit with the Doctor playing the cars and making the Think Tank guards literally go flying over his back. Absolutely cracking. Just cracking. Absolutely brilliant. I love it. I really do love it. In 2nd place, we have the best ever post-regeneration story from a modern Doctor. It is the 11th Hour from the 11th Doctor. I love this one. This is honestly the best post-regeneration story from the modern Doctor, with basically the Church on Nibiru nearly knocking it out of the park. I love it. I love the fact we got the TARDIS crash landing in London in the year 1996. I love the fact we meet young Amelia Pond. I love the fact basically The Doctor's trying out different foods because he's trying to sort out the regeneration process. The TARDIS is there playing up because it's basically crashed, because it's crash landed, and he's there literally, no, the engine's gonna burst, the engine's gonna burst, like that. I really love Prisoner Zero. Prisoner Zero is a great film. Prisoner Zero has escaped. That's what I heard. Yeah, why Talos? I really love Matt Smith's performance in this episode. I really love Matt Smith's performance. I absolutely find it funny where he's there in the hospital, nicking all the clothes, and she goes, hang on, you're gonna save the world from death, and now you called those aliens back in, and now you're taking your clothes off. Turn your back if it embarrasses you. I really love that warning with the 11th Doctor. He goes, come on then, the Doctor will see you now. I love the fact how he goes to the Atraxi and goes, one more question. Is this world protected? You're not the first to come in. Oh, there have been so many, but one thing you got to ask is, what happened to them? I love the fact how he literally got the callbacks to all the Doctors. He literally walks through and goes, hello, I'm the Doctor. Basically. Right. I absolutely love it. I do love it. It's brilliant. It's amazing. It's fantastic. A great way for a debut Doctor. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But not the best debut story for a Doctor. And number one has got to go to Spearhead in Space. This is a cracking post-regeneration story. Flat out, it is the best. Just the bloody best post-regeneration story of Doctor Who of all time. Yes, it has the Autons in it. Yes, this is so many great in so many levels. One, it is Doctor Who's big transformation into colour. It's got a bigger budget. At Bakerhead, they were having basically budget cuts and strikes going on at the time, so they did film it in film camera, 55mm camera, and it still looks perfect as it does now. I love the wheelchair sequence. I really love the Autons. I love the plastic stuff being built in the factories. I absolutely love this one, and of course, Jon Pertwee really knocks being the Doctor out of the park. I absolutely love it. Now, I want to see Brigadier. Don't ask me about my past. Don't ask me about this question. Just tell me the difference to it. I want to see him now. I absolutely love that child, basically, where he manipulates Liz Shaw to get him the TARDIS key of Alistair Gordon Stewart. And then, of course, he goes, where's the key? You give it to him, haven't you? You do know we're not going to see him again. And then, of course, they just look at the TARDIS, and the TARDIS is there trying to dematerialise, but it comes out with the smoke because the Doctor is exiled and the timers have changed the dematerialisation circuits. And he comes and goes, I'm sorry, my dear. The urge was a bit too strong. I love it. And I really love the ending as well. Oh, we don't even know your name. Dr. Smith. Dr. John Smith. I love it. I actually love it. So that is me ranking all of the Doctor's first stories from worst to best. And I have to say, I really love my top five. The top five are just brilliant all the way through. I absolutely love my top five. So then in the comments, how do you rank all of the post-regeneration stories? How do you think of every Doctor's first ever stories? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe and share. And join me for more awesome Doctor Who content.